Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. We're playing Kaiserreich mod, and we're playing as the Kingdom of Canada, and we're getting ready, slowly but surely, to intervene in the American Civil War. The United States is actually doing quite badly there. Philip Snowden's death, the devil. Trader and chairman of Utens Britain's CTU, remembered among royalists as a synonym for treachery. Although the socialists in Britain mourn his death, in Canada his funeral became a single bright day in this dark period of history. Plus 20 political power. We could do another law change, but again, I'm going to want to save a little bit of a buffer there rather than spend it all in one go. Concentrated industry 2 is done. That's great. I'm going to hold off on any more there for now. Airplane-wise, we could go at heavy fighters, but no. We could start on our doctrines. I'm still a big fan of battlefield support overall, although we could go, just to mix things up, and really try some heavy, like, strategic destruction, and turn that against Great Britain when we get an opportunity. It would be kind of interesting, actually. But I don't know, I just like all the better fighter tech. Ground support, all those things. Yeah, we're gonna start working on our air doctrines. Modify government. Free civilian factories. Indeed. Didn't get the radar before, and that's probably still okay. Let's build some more military factories. Get them going on. And I'm going to be okay with that. Still have a bit of a shortage of resources. What is this? New England has been fully integrated. Oh, it's going to cost us a lot of political power, but it gives us all the cores over there. That's good. Someone has declared war on the Kingdom of Spain. So there's the Spanish Civil War has triggered Carlist Spain, CNTFAI, and the Kingdom of Spain. Ever since the defeat of Napoleon, Spain has been plagued by violence, dissent, and turmoil, but it appears that these tensions have reached a breaking point. That is, the Spanish kingdom has been ripped apart in a three-sided civil war between enormous factions. The loyalists of the Madrid government, the supporters of the pretender Javier, and finally the anarcho-syndicalist party known as the CNTFAI. There are already numerous reports of volunteers and equipment being shipped to Spain from all over the world to support one faction or another. It can be safely said that the fields and mountains of Spain will be the first battlefield of a much wider conflict between the left and the right. Troublesome development. Since we don't have any manpower, we're not going to send anyone over there. Serbia declares war on Bulgaria. Alright, world tension, 23% now. The Fourth Balkan War. What's with the Balkans and war all the time? Man, the snark in this mod is just unbelievable. Okay, there's more. The war's officially breaking out. Machine tools are done. The tanks are going. The artillery is there. Land doctrines are going. We could unlock some more naval ships. Or even start on some of the doctrines. I mean, you know what? I am going to go with the doctrines. Because our ability to build ships is a bit limited. But we do have a ton of them. So we should be developing it. And certainly I'm going to go with fleet in being. I think that's, you know, kind of our vibe here. So let's get that unlocked. We can get some ship bonuses. I believe our fleets were already deployed over here. Indeed. And on the other coast as well. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Can you get more range by increasing the naval base? Maybe that's what I should do over here. Vancouver Island is a 5, a 1 there. This fleet, where is it located? It's out of Vancouver Island. Can certainly repair a lot faster if we do get some damage. It might be worth queuing that up. Well, we'll see how it goes. We have finished recognizing Atlanta. Now we could do a pact with them. Non-aggression cooperation. I do want to intervene, but I think it's going to be critical for us to go ahead and grab the mandatory enrollment in the cadet camps and give us a lot more recruitable population. Because we can't fight a war without any manpower. I mean, God knows I'm pretty terrible at throwing away troops like willy-nilly. Wow, the U.S. is having a really hard time here. And they are fighting a lot of people. And this, of course, is the main industrial base of the United States, really. It's like the... What do they call it? I mean, now it's like the Rust Belt, but was it just the Steel Belt before? Something like that? I don't know. I don't even know if that would apply appropriately in 1937. No idea. So their capital is in Chicago. Yeah, kind of a long way away. I think it makes sense to solidify the East Coast once we do that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do the mandatory enrollment, get some actual manpower, queue up some units possibly in the production line. In terms of actual gear, yeah, we still don't have the light tanks. What I could do is prioritize especially as we unlock the new one. Oh, it does have one factory. Well, it's no speed. So it's got a factory that's just sitting completely idle because we don't actually have the resources. We could start some trade if we're willing to give up some of our civilian factories, but it feels really hard to justify. Now, I did unlock the synthetic stuff. Syndicalists take over the Netherlands. Do not like. I did research the synthetic stuff. We could go and drop a few synthetic factories. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's get a couple in there. Oh, and free military factories. Russia announces her ambitions. While many still view Russia as a failed state, torn apart by revolts, disorder, and ineffective rule, and serving as a buffer for Middle Europe, recent events have proven something different. The government of the Russian nation has announced their territorial ambitions, laying claims on almost all the territory of the former Russian Empire, and it appears they are willing to reconquer the lost land if necessary. Numerous nations in Eastern Europe have already recalled their embassies in Russia, and the world is waiting for Germany's response to this blatant attack on her sphere of influence. A troublesome development. A lot of stuff over there. So we do have a lot of infantry equipment right now. That's because, you know, we sort of we're still on older tech. If I went and gave you more factories over here, is there any chance we get any completion? Minus, oh, because we literally have no resources, so no. Okay, you know what? Let's just cancel you outright. How about airplanes? You have some of the resources. Alright, let's assume we're going to want more planes. So it's still going to be slow, but at least it's coming. Yes, we don't have any light tank stuff. We'll revisit it once we get the next type of light tank. Okay, the syndicalists have to be stopped. Holy cow. Amazing, even with the Pacific States working out like that. There we go. There's our next tank. But actually, we'll skip all the way to the Vickers because we can, and then we'll wait and start developing those. This is all nearly done. So hopefully that'll give us actual manpower, because that'll be kind of important. Battle plan with no units assigned? Oh, okay, hold on. You guys. Delete. Right, okay. You know what? Actually do focus on this front. Okay, there's our mandatory enrollment. There we go. Now we've got 500,000 troops available. Thank you very much. And I mean, I want to get more tech, I want to do this, but clearly we're going to have to intervene sooner rather than later. This is a threat we cannot let stand. We've already lost one home to the syndicalists. Oh, goddamn, Burma. We've already lost one home to the syndicalists. We cannot lose Canada. This will not stand. No, right. No units in basic training. So, the Division 3s have the tanks. Is the 2s over here? Or, no. I might want to do this one. They're pretty thin, but you know what, actually? Because we're going to be fighting in such a broad territory, I actually want fairly lightweight divisions. We are going to go ahead and add support artillery. Recon company, very important over there. And yeah, so I mean, we don't have much combat with, but that's okay. It's going to be very thin troops. Maybe we'll keep the tank divisions around to do some specific punching somewhere. But I'm actually quite okay with this. So first of all, that made a change to our existing stuff. And then, yeah, we're going to train up some of these. There you go. You can see we start running out of some type of equipment there. I'm going to roll it back to here. That's going to be okay. You can train, because this is core, so we can actually train up in here. That's going to be okay. And you'll be joining Gold Division when that happens. Just do one dose of that, and we'll call that good for now. So see what you can do. We've got a little bit of political power accumulating again, but I do want to leave that buffer. It's going to be important. Airfield right there would be nice to grab. What we'll probably do is send some people sideways into New York City as well once things get started. Just make sure we capture that. Bulgaria and Serbia, very different things, have signed white peace. Good for them. Yeah, we may have to trade for a little bit of resources to get started on our tanks when we get there. Now, in terms of these guys, maybe what I can do is encourage them to push down a little bit. You know, claim some territory over here. I know you don't have, like, enough troops, but try to do something kind of like that. We might be able to, like, help surround Chicago or something. And if we do this, we could sweep downwards and maybe cut those guys off. Field hospital was unlocked. Sweet. 37, so we still don't have this. It's later, but I don't think I'm going to start on the 38 tech yet. The tanks are going. Doctrines are going. Naval doctrines going. No planes. Doctrines are going here. We'll unlock the radar, or the, yeah. We'll unlock the radar tech because we're going to want some of that later on. Get quite high level radar for big range. Level 1 at this point, like, it's such a small radius. Now that you can see the radius and you really get a good understanding of what it does, it's like, wow, level 1 does not do a whole lot for you. Let's do some of that. Oh, that's the next thing we can do is actually deploy our planes. Those are... So this is just a fighter division. I'll do this, but then, yeah, I'll say, hey, wouldn't it be swell if we actually had, you know what, up to 200 of these. Then I'll start using the old ones. It's going to be okay. I'm going to be patrolling the northeast. Just worry about air superiority and only fly during the day since we don't have radar. Next up, sure, these bombers here, some TAC bomber stuff. Yeah, I guess I'll do the adjustments afterwards. Strategic bombers, that's going to be fine, and the CAS, just so the reinforcements will come. Okay, so all of you are going to deploy to the northeast. All of you are going to do normal operations. You're only going to go during the day because we have no night vision whatsoever. Air superiority, close air support. And really, that's it. Well, I guess you can throw in some strategic bombing since we do have strategic bombers. Maybe the TAC fighters, we're going to turn off your strategic bombing. You'll only do close air support kind of things. And that'll be okay. Combat air support type things. Help out in the battle. That's going to be swell. Okay. Our ships are out here. I mean, we could deploy the planes over here too, but I think we're just going to make sure we've got naval superiority over here. I'm going to feel good about that. So, we've got our pact with Union States. We still have to do one more to actually intervene. Man, the CSA. I keep saying CAS. That's something different. A CSA. They're doing extremely well here. Too well. Yeah, they definitely have to be stopped. We're going to get superior firepower. 20% more soft attack from our battalions. Very nice. I think I was struggling for that word an episode or two ago. Battalions is what you add into your divisions. Good, good, good. So yeah, political power, we've got some, but I think I'm going to sit on it. More organization for our leg infantry is really good. It won't be ready by the start of the war, but it might still come up as part of the war somewhere along the way. Pact is done. Pact of cooperation, and we have to wait for them to confirm that, I think, before we can intervene. Maybe I'll just wait. There we go. Offer for military access has been accepted. We can move troops. All the following must be true. Pact with the Union States. Is at war with the United States. Combined syndicalists. Following must be true. In any active war with as most... They have to have, what, negative war score? Are you at war with both? You are. I get there's more than... You either have to have negative 1H%? I don't know what that means. It's like you have to have negative war score or some surrender process, so I guess things haven't been going bad enough for you. So I guess we can maybe sneak in something else and then revisit this. Alright. Our research is actually going fine right now. We're a little bit... Well, the next date's about to kick in, so we might have a chance. Although... This is the shared research tech thing, which honestly we don't really have right now. Let's go ahead and wait on that. We're going to go ahead and... We're going to get some of these national resources here. So we're going to pick up the Trans-Canada Airlines, get a bunch of air bases in places. I don't necessarily care about the air bases right now. Oh! Did I... Is that the pop-up I was waiting for? God damn it. Oh well, that's fine. You know what? It means that we're going to be able to get the other troops into the battle right away. We're going to let them get all the way to regular. Sure, that's fine. All I had to do is wait like another day, and we would have gotten the right pop-up. But I wasn't sure. A fleet and being is done. That's great. We're gonna go for the battleship bonuses combat right now, rather than the sub detection, which is usually my priority here. But here we want to make sure we win naval battles. I'm betting that was the pop-up we were waiting for. We'll see, as soon as the Trans-Canada Airlines are done. We're gonna develop Air Canada. I have such a good relationship with Air Canada. Woo! We haven't even hit go. Would we want to? Sure. I'm definitely here. Because you're all dug in and ready to go, and currently well, I suspect as soon as we start on the next idea, then I suspect some troops will move here. But they've got a long front to worry about. These guys are actively fighting here. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we still won't be able to do it. We're about in 38. No divisions in basic training. Oh, did the divisions just finish? We're at 1.5 million free men now? Nice. I'm going to develop a bunch of militia brigades because we're going to want to hold a very long, thin border. So I'm going to train up a bunch of these, like ×2. It's going to be A-okay. Do this. And your idea will be to join this line here, which is probably going to get super thin. I think that's going to be fine. We're going to have a lot of border that we just want to, like, sort of thinly maintain. We're really going to want to develop more tanks later. How's our artillery count? We got some more. We might be able to do a slight tweak to some of these groups here. We'll see. Free civilian factories. Indeed, we do. We still don't have the radar over here. I'm not going to build anti-air without radar. Some of our synthetic factories are coming online, which is wonderful to see. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and develop a little bit more of that. And then after that, more military factories. So in theory... Oh, we don't have the next tank tech yet. As I say, in theory, we might have some of the resources needed to start developing tanks. Right now, it's going to go towards planes. Still need the oil, still need the rubber. Presumably, some of the rubbers, yeah, going for the motorized over here. I'm going to cut back on the motorized. We are going to need a fair amount for support vehicles, but yeah, I'm going to cut back because that'll free up a little bit more rubber over here. Free military factories now. I'm going to do this because otherwise I'm going to forget. Because this way it'll remind me that there's some obsolete tanks in the queue then. It's really not doing anything right now, but that's okay. Once we get a little bit more material, things will go. So it looks like the U.S. over here is pushing back. Offer from the United Provinces. The United Provinces of Central America have come to us with an offer. They will give us a cheaper price on their exports in return for aid in developing their country. We already have considerable influence in the United Provinces, and doing this will increase it even more and allow our citizens to buy some cheap luxuries in this troubled times. We accept it, we get political power. Canada accepts, or we can decline. No, let's accept it, sure. Which gives us enough political power, I'd say, to make a decision. Trans-Canada Airline done. Can we? We still cannot intervene. Boo. Okay. Well, now at least I don't have to be disappointed about not picking the thing. We'll invest in natural resources. There we go. We want to change our mobilization. So we've already gone early. We're going to go to partial, which cuts down our consumer goods and increases our construction speed even more. Really want to do this as quickly as possible. So we still have some points. We could still do something, but again, I want to keep a buffer, so I'm okay with chilling out over here. Syndicalism prevails in Ukraine. God damn it! These red bastards are all over the place. There's no stopping them. Could train some of these guys up, but I think that would be possibly a mistake. Because we never know when we might be able to go. Could I just justify? I could just justify against these guys. I'm wondering if that might be better. I don't know if that's got a contiguous connection. It must, right? Over here? I could justify on more than one. Let's justify on New York City. I mean, you know, we've got New England, and we've got upstate New York. Let's get more New York. Maybe that's crazy, but I don't want to be left out of this. And I'm a little bit worried we won't get called in. There's our new tank. Radio detection is done as well. So we can't go to the next line. It isn't 38, so let's get started on the next level of engineering. This. And level 2 radar? No. Better infantry stuff. Let's update this. We're not going to spend any XP on that. That's going to be okay. We need the oil, and we need the steel. I'm going to go ahead and move this up in the priority queue so it starts to get equipment now, because we would really like to start producing some tanks. 2.5 per month. We're slightly short right now because, you know, we used some in our training. But in fact, we need considerably more than that for our upgrades. How's our equipment? Could we make like a ton more troops at the same time? You know, we've tons of infantry equipment. Let's make some real infantry divisions over here, assuming we have the resources for it. Okay, a little shy there. We'll do a single run. You can go there and join this group. Okay. I'm sure our war justification will take a long time, and it's eating some of our political power, I think. Or we already spent it, I guess. March of really? Oh my god, it's only going to take us 50 days? Well, shit. Ooh, Japan announces her ambitions. So they're indeed moving some things over there, although these look like kind of military police type units. Oh, 5 to 10 brigades is not unsubstantial. And there are rivers here as well. Be great to have more tankage and more artillery. But yeah, I can't add more artillery to my divisions. Just not going to be an option. Since we do have a level 1 radar here, I guess we'll do a little bit of this. Might help us with some of the detection. I mean, I'm not going to move it up the queue. Well, let's do that. I don't know if it'll come up to a relevant time. Justification is done. All right, let's do it. Declare war. We'll call in all our allies. So, we're going to intervene our own way, is the way we're going to do this. Lots of green. A lot of it is defensive, but not all of it. Dive bombing is done. Let's go and get some more ground support over here. And let's peek in at some of these. Looks like New York is going to fall soon. United Auto Workers 205. Oh my god, they're like freaking union names like that. So these guys are going to burn themselves out attacking us, and then we're going to counterattack. It's not going to be a problem. You guys are possibly not going to do as well here. I'm going to make sure you're cautious, because you're just not, you know, the same sort of strength. But this is the important thing. This is the industrial heart. You know, the further east you go, you get the coastline, you get a lot more infrastructure. Taking this nice and early would be great. Claim Washington for ourselves. I don't know what the peace deal will look like. We'll see how it comes out. Boom, advancing. Free dockyards. We'll go and get some more convoy stuff, but make sure that these are set to the bottom. Same thing with the battleships, actually, because we want to make sure they're not using up our oil for things that are more important. Natural resources done. That material is going to be great. We could get more infrastructure going out east, and I think that's good. And then it also gives us more oil over here, which I think is going to be swell. Oh, there's our intervention we can choose. Which means we'd be fighting the United States at the same time. You know what? I'm going to do it, because I want to also be fighting the United States. And we're giving control to these. I'm hoping in the peace deal we're going to be able to claim some of this territory. We'll see how it goes. Everything's still moving fairly well over here and there. I'm going to get you to move up along the coast and take Cleveland. I don't want to throw any green troops in here if I can avoid it. We've already lost... well, I was going to say lost manpower. Well, that's not necessarily accurate. How many people have we actually lost in this war so far? 1,000 people. We've killed 13,000. It's a good ratio. Although you have to mourn every lost Canadian life. There we go. New York and is actually controlled by us as well. Probably because we have a claim on it. But yeah, I think we'll still be able to take some stuff in the peace deal. Then the question will be, what is their relationship with the United Union States going to be? Maybe we can get them to be part of the Entente. You are just going to run along the coast here and do that. It'll help us get a full surround of Philadelphia. Cities are hard to take. They're really good defensive terrain. There's going to be a river crossing here for some of the troops as well. If we can take you and move you to this airport, that would be excellent. If we take a look at the stats here, they don't have a commander, they don't have air superiority. Excellent. Everything is very much in our favor. Is that only one cavalry in Philadelphia? I know there's a river crossing, but... Go this way. I think we're going to be able to swing that fairly well. Actually, go this way, and then see if you can take some stuff. The leg infantry doesn't move super fast. Oh, we've taken Cleveland. We could get cut off there, although this guy would still get some support in Cleveland from some supply. I don't know if you can get stuff across the Great Lakes. Of course, I forgot that, you know, they can punch in through southern Ontario here. That is true. Let's go and take some of these fellas. Make a new group. Tell you to do that. I'm going to tell you to strategically redeploy to here, and then do normal redeployment after that. Philadelphia should fall shortly. I'm going to see if I can cut off your retreat, rather than have you participate in that battle. I certainly won't want you falling back to Baltimore or Washington. Doesn't look like Baltimore is urban. No, it's plains. But Washington is certainly going to be urban. Again, it's difficult territory to deal with. So good advance happening here. Again, they could counter here, but then Cleveland would still be safe. I suspect these guys look like they're leaving Pittsburgh. No, not quite. But can we just take Pittsburgh here? Yes, we can. Yeah, they have no organization. Move, move, move. Move down along this river here as much as possible. You've got that. Excellent. Philadelphia is going to fall. I'm just going to go and clean this up proper here. We've got some naval battles going on, but not a whole lot of action one way or another, I think. Washington is ours. You're moving back, which... Oh, because you're going to this front here. As soon as Philly falls, then that'll get cleaned up and people will stop making silly moves. Do I want to force a further move on you in some way? I'm not yet in a war against the United States here. Take that. Then you can bounce back after. So I can't enter over here, although that will certainly be the plan. What is that? Norfolk. Actually, I don't know how the U.S. pronounce that. They might pronounce it Norfolk. I have no idea how Americans do that. These guys are holding out for a lot longer than expected. I guess it matters a bit that we're paused. There we go. Okay. Now everyone should be back over here. Now what we don't have anymore is a battle plan. So I think something kind of like that. And I think you can just go without an explicit planning bonus. You're going to be A-okay. Halt. Try not to suicide yourself across here. Or maybe do it a lot. I don't know. Go and do something like that. See if you can surround these guys. And the tanks in particular. I encourage you to do that than that. How much political power do we have? Maybe enough to make a change. You know what? Yeah, alright. Ooh. Oh, I don't have... Alright, wait, I'm confused. Can I take these? Oh, okay, it's got a green circle over here. I understand now. More organization, less supply. That's really good. More defense, less attrition. More division attack. I'm a fan of attack. I kind of dig this guy. Just generic more organization. And less supply could also be kind of handy, because we're actually going to fight in a fair amount of rough terrain still for a while. Let's do that. Ottoman Empire declares war on Kurdistan. Okay. We're going to have to wrap this up in a second here, and clearly the war hasn't wrapped up yet. The Ottomans still standing? Apparently so. I'm going to go and tell these people to stop their attack. Ooh, Russia's starting to declare war. We're going to organize on the front. We're going to get our prep to come in here. Well, we can take a couple of these provinces, since they are currently undefended. I'm just going to try to sneak in a few of those and then kind of chill. You guys are holding over here. Purple group, I'm going to give you a command to try to take Detroit. These are all garrison types, so they're not really meant to do that. I'll put a battle plan, but not necessarily tell you to execute it. This other purple group over here does have it turned on. March in a few of these places. Yeah, there's going to be some pushback. No divisions? Oh, that's on the U.S. border. You. Delete that battle plan, because it's just going to get confusing. No, they're marching in over here, too. Still, we're making the real progress. It's going to be excellent. Looks like we can get a pinch off over here. Get a bit of a stack wipe. Not a whole heck of a lot going on, but it's still going to help. And we'll be able to cut this guy off as well. Actually, as soon as you're done that, your move is going to be this. Wreck this guy. Wreck this fool. How are our losses looking? 22,000 dead. Whoa, that is equalized in a way that I am not necessarily appreciating. There's a tank in here. I don't even know like what the composition of this motorized brigade is. It's a single tank. It's a motorized infantry, so they got speed, but not actually as deadly as one might imagine. Can I get you to run up to Detroit? Maybe cut these fools off. It'll actually be okay. These guys are holding well here, which is nice to see. We're still a little shy on the light tanks, but otherwise the equipment's good. I'm going to go there. If we take a look, they don't actually need that much to fall. We might not even need Chicago, technically. Go. Excellent. We're going to pick up some of the convoy sailing now. Protect against subs. These guys should get bopped. Well, we're going to put a cut in here, although you can see the syndicalists are dropping very fast. The thing to remember is this over here is not their core territory, so that's not what we need to get them to surrender. If we get, say, these tanks, which are apparently not that good at fighting, but maybe can beeline straight to Chicago, maybe you can beeline to Indianapolis, just in case it makes a bit of a difference. We might actually be able to end this extraordinarily quickly. It'd be really funny if we could end this before we actually finish the American Civil War intervention. And then we'll basically just be soloing the United States. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.